Before I went out, I wanted to kind of go through the things that we like to take out, especially myself. Vance has got his own preferences. Everybody's a little different. But on these hot days in October, I just kind of wanted to go through some of the things we take in and what our set looks like in our pack with all the camera gear and all the stuff that we use. So I'm going to shoot my crossbow here in a little bit. Since I'm hunting on that field edge, I'm going to try to shoot my crossbow up to 60 yards. I haven't shot it that far yet, so I'm going to make sure and see where I'm hitting at. I've got enough space here in the yard I can shoot that far. So I'm going to shoot it at 20, 30, 40, 50, then 60 and just kind of see where we're at on all of those and see if I feel safe taking that kind of a shot, because if I don't feel safe taking it, obviously I won't, but I want to stay and be as ethical as I can on my shot choice. So being on a field edge like that, I have a wide open shot. There's nothing that's going to deflect the arrow or anything like that. Now if I was in the woods hunting, I probably wouldn't try to take a 60-yard shot, but being on a field like this, I feel safe taking it as long as I'm hitting good with the crossbow. And with this crossbow, it's more than capable of killing a deer at 60 yards. There's no issues with that. We shoot Rage broadheads with these Rage bolts. I'll pull one of these out and show you we shoot Rage. We've never had any trouble. Every deer we've shot, we've found. The blood trail with these Rage is insane. But 20-inch bolts. And the crossbow I'm shooting, it's an older crossbow I inherited from my dad. Here in Indiana, it's legal to hunt with a crossbow. Some states it's not. I prefer to use a crossbow because that's just my preference. You know, everyone's teach their own. I think this is a more lethal way to hunt, and it takes a little bit of some of the things you can't do, you know, with a bow. You can do with this. I think it's a more ethical way to hunt if you can do it. Why wouldn't you? Just like using a high-powered rifle during gun season. I like using the crossbow. They're fun to shoot. But I'm using the Barnett crossbow. This one is the Wildcat. I've had this thing now for well over 10 years. I've replaced the string on it once. I keep the rails lubed up and the string lubed up. I do have a striker scope on it. I did replace the scope with a little bit nicer scope. But that's my crossbow setup I got. The boots. I wear lacrosse. I love these boots. They're comfortable. They're warm in the winter, but during the summer they're not too hot. My feet don't really sweat. Okay, and you come over to my gear. I got these super lightweight Realtree timber pants. They're just the cheap Magellan brand, but they are like lightweight. They actually zip off into shorts, so if I'm up in a stand and I get extremely hot, I can unzip this halfway and let a lot of air in there, so it'll keep me cool during the early season. And then I just use this Realtree lightweight dry fit type material, Magellan. It's the Realtree timber breakup. Then I wear this face mask, same way, same type of material as that. Keep mosquitoes off my face and kind of give me a little cover. And then I've got just a real lightweight, cheap hat. I think I paid $5 for the hat. This shirt I think was 10 bucks. These might have been 20, I can't remember. So I maybe got, what, 20, 30, maybe $35 here. These boots were pretty expensive, but my wife got me these for Christmas. But I do love these boots. They are very comfortable and they keep my feet warm, so thank you, Amber. Then we move over here to my bag. What kind of gear do I got in here? Well, I usually run trail cameras, so I take my Stealth Cam viewer so I can pull my SD cards out on my way through, because most of my cameras are set up on my walk in, and I'll take the SD card up in there and I'll view the pictures and see what's been moving through. Take me a couple bottles of water in. I've got my rangefinder. It's an XRT. I've had this, it's a Halo. I've had this rangefinder for I don't know, probably 12 years, 10, 12 years. Been using the same one, replaced the batteries in it twice. Good rangefinder. My binos, I got Bushnell binos, nothing too expensive, maybe $30, $35 binos here. They do the job. Got me some snacks in here in case I get hungry up in the stand. And then as far as our camera arms go, of course, you guys have heard me talk about it almost every time I hunt. Thermacell. I won't go in the woods during early season without it. Then our camera arm, the setup we use for our camera arm. There's my harness. I always take my harness with me. It's a safety system harness. It's a nicer one. It's the Bow Hunter series. It's a good harness. It's very comfortable. Vance actually just gave me that one this year. I was using the ones you get with the stands when you buy them. Every time you buy a new deer stand, it usually comes with them. And we use 4th Arrow. Vance I inherited this from Vance too. I'm getting all my good stuff from Vance. But I inherited this from Vance this year. Really nice. I'm enjoying it so far. Get that smooth action on the bucks. The money shot or whatever Vance said in that video. I don't remember what he said.
Still smooth, high dollar action on the bucks. I mean, you just can't get better than that.
There's the base. Not really a big fan of that old style base, but it works. Gotta keep flashlights. I usually keep about 2 flashlights on me. And that's really it. It's just when you're walking in, as far as we walk, we try to keep it as simple as possible. And I always spray myself down with the Autumn Formula scent killer. Try to spray my boots and my camo because I usually don't put my boots on until I get to the woods. But I just went to Rural King and bought me some accessory hooks so I can hang my bags in that new set that I just set up yesterday. I didn't hunt yesterday morning. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't hunt yesterday evening or today. I didn't hunt this morning. So my stand's been sitting there since yesterday morning. But I'm gonna go out and shoot the crossbow and try to see where we're hitting at. Try to shoot it up to about 50 to 60 yards. We'll see. And then we're gonna head to the stand and hopefully them doe come out like they did the other evening and I can get a doe on the ground because the freezer's getting a little low.
That was exciting. Yes, baby. For a last goodbye, he begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. He makes right, so he said when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me. Take me on down the river where the guilt can't find a red-handed sinner. On where the grave can't cry out. 'Cause at the road down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger. And before dawn they try to find me. So take me on down. Take me on down.
Alright, we're back at the local dollar store again. That's all we got here in town. But I'm heading to the stand. It's early. So I stopped in here and got me some snacks for the stand. Whatever these are. A little sweet little treat. Got me some jerky. Some honey roasted peanuts, some spicy cheddar, and Powerade to keep hydrated because I got about a mile walk in. And then my stand that I hung, me and Vance went out last night and hung a stand. and I needed another strap at the bottom to hold the tree, to hold the stand up to the bottom of the tree. So I got one more ratchet strap, and this one's not really to support my weight, but if it was, it's plenty. 400 pounds. Brake strength is 1,200 pounds. So I'm nowhere near that. So $4, can't beat it. Good deal. I'm gonna load up on treats, get up in the stand. Of course, these treats are not just for one hunt, so don't be thinking I'm a fatty. I'm gonna use these throughout the season. I'm getting in the stand early today, getting ready to head out there right now. I gotta stop and ask permission for this landowner that's near the public land and see if they'll let me use their property to access this spot I'm hunting. If not, I've got a long walk through a bunch of ridges. I'm hoping they'll give me permission. So, alright, so I just stopped in here and asked this gentleman if I could use his property to access this public land, and he gave me the okay. So we're loaded up and getting ready to head in. So we got about a mile walk ahead of us still. The gentleman just told me he's got a fresh mowed patch here for me, walking back, and then there's just a straight path through this thicket here. It goes back into the woods to where I'm heading to. He just made my life a lot easier, because yesterday me and Vance went in and we hung that stand out here. You know, we hung that stand, and it got dark on us while we were back here because there happened to be 8 doe out in this field. And where those 8 doe were is where I hung my stand, right off of that field. So it was there's a bunch of ridges, I mean tall ridges out in this out here, and it was a chore walking out of there at night. And now with him giving me this permission to use his property to park on and walk back here, it's making my job a lot easier for me, because then I can just cut right through that fresh mowed patch he's got for me and walk over here to this wood line right here. And then I'm just going to use this wood edge here and walk down the edge of this. I mean, it's still a long walk, but this is easy walking here. So you never know. You never know what you're going to get until you just knock on the door and ask. And this gentleman that I just asked was a real friendly guy. Told me he completely understands, you know, why I was wanting to do this. So I was a little nervous to ask, because you never know nowadays, and with everything that's going on in the world, you never know, out here in the middle of nowhere knocking on somebody's door. But I just got lucky. He was a friendly guy. He said that's absolutely no problem. He completely understood and said, have at it, park anywhere you want, you're not going to be in my way. Asked me what I drove, and so I'm loaded down. I got backpacks full of camera gear. So this is not a fun hike up and down ridges, and if you can see in this woods, all them ridges that go up and down. Yeah, me and Vance were heading out of there last night, and Vance made the comment, he said, I feel like I'm in elk country out here. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to go on elk hunt, because I'm out of shape. So any way I can get it easier, I'm going to do it. Like I said, I still got plenty of time before the deer start moving, but I wanted to get back in here and get tucked in, get my stand, and let everything settle back down. So I'm pretty excited now. This is going to make my life so much easier. We'll be to the stand probably in another 30 minutes, maybe sooner. I don't know, it probably won't take that long. Maybe now that I'm walking through this field, I might be in the stand in 10 minutes. It was taking me at least 30 to 45 minutes walking up down them ridges. And when I say I'm loaded down, I'm loaded down. So here we go. Let's see what's in this woods. Coming through here, we got a fresh scrape. And I'm just right around this corner. So I was slipping into my stand, and this deer slipped out into the edge of the field. I'm not even
set up yet. And I've already got a deer out here grazing. So I'm gonna get settled in and see what happens. Alright, so I managed to get in and get set up without that deer spooking. Looks like it might be a button buck. I can see something a little fuzzy on its head. Looks like it might be a little button buck. I'm all settled in now. Mosquitoes are starting to bite. Get my thermocell rolling. I gotta make this interview short, sweet, and quiet. I thought I was gonna have plenty of time to get in here before the deer started getting in this field and feeding. But like you've seen, I've already got one out in the field. Probably 100 yards. Looks like it might be a little button buck. Same spot where yesterday me and Vance seen one in that field. It was feeding with a bigger doe. So hopefully the bigger doe comes out and they start making my way this way. If not, over here where I'm facing directly towards, there was 6 doe in this field yesterday, so we're just gonna sit tight until dark and see what comes out. Probably looking in this field. Like I said, it is Friday, October the 9th. And it is hot. I mean, I'm sweating. But I just had to do a lot of work. I had to add another ratchet strap to my stand and do it all quietly while the steer's out in this field. Just because I don't know if maybe if it is with a bigger doe, she might be back there in the edge of that woods just waiting to come out. So I'm settled in. I got my harness on. Safety first, guys. Don't forget your harness. You may not think about it, but it just takes one time to paralyze yourself or to seriously be injured, and you can't afford that when you got people that care about you. But I'm gonna get set down and get quiet. So we'll see what comes through. That doe bedded down over there. You can see it, right? I got a deer moving in down the edge of this field back behind me. That deer's probably 400 yards away. He just came out into the field just now, about 5:15. I got another one just popped out in the field. That's the 4th deer so far to come out into this field and start feeding. All 4 of these deer have made it into the field before 6 o'clock. This one keeps coming down this field edge. She's going to give me a little 20-yard chip shot. It's coming right to me. It's a good 200-300 yards out right now, though. A lot of stuff can happen between now and then. Don't look like they're getting in any hurry. This deer just got downwind of me. There was 2 of them. They just came out 100 yards across the field from me. They caught wind of me because my wind's blowing directly at them. These other 2 deer in the field have not spooked yet. That was my 7th and 8th deer I've seen so far. Man. That sucks too, because I think them ones were going to come right across right to me. My wind just shifted and had been blowing right across in the wrong direction on me. It's been swirling in here. It's frustrating. I think judging off of the amount of deer I've seen 9 of them total so far tonight. All of them accessing this cornfield, but they're all coming from the opposite side of the field. They're all coming out over there. I still got one right here behind me, but it's nowhere near range right now, and I think it's that little button buck, I'm not sure. It's got a big body on it. But the only one that I think I could have had a shot at so far, if it would have continued coming my way, was the one that winded me. And it came out from directly across the field from me, which is about 100 yards. This field probably is about 100 yards from one side to the other. So it's been a good observation sit for me so far. I know where the deer are moving, where they're coming out from now. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that I need to move my stand to the opposite side of this field. So I'm going to come back and hunt this in the morning. And what I'm going to do in the morning is I'm going to hunt here again, just like this, and see what they do in the morning. Maybe in the mornings they might do something different, I don't know. I may not see anything, just depends. But if I had to take a guess, I would say they're bedding across this field somewhere in that woods, because everything has came out from over there so far. We're running out of shooting light now. I might have maybe another 20 minutes before it gets dark on me. So I'll be back in the stand in the morning to see what happens in the morning. Use the same set for an observation sit. And if I have the same kind of results I had today, then I'll take the set down and I'll move it across the field and set it up over there. Yeah, that deer's right there. I mean, he's probably about 80 yards from me now, but I have no idea I'm in here. Had one big doe. She popped out 100 yards from me, like I said, and the wind was swirling, and we got heavy winds, probably 10, 13 mile an hour winds right now. And just happened to be when she came out, my wind was blowing right in her direction, and she caught wind of me. She didn't get too spooked, as you could see in the video as she's running off. She just trotted off across the field and went in down about 200 yards up from me into the same woods to my back. So we're gonna go ahead and sit here until dark, and hopefully there's not a bunch of deer in the field on my way out, because I really don't want to spook a bunch of deer. But I'm gonna get back in here in the morning and see what the deer do in the morning, and if it's the same, then I'm definitely gonna take the sand and move it across the field. There's an old river that runs through over there, the old Patoka River. I think I really need to scout that side of the woods a little bit more and just see where I need to set up. Try to find out where they're accessing the field from, where they're crossing that old river. There's a bend in the river right there. I'd say they're probably using that on those high banks on that bend in the river. So I'll probably go scout that out tomorrow after the hunt. But we'll see what happens. Alright, so I went ahead and moved the stand over to the other side of the field. Got everything set up. Got the stand in. Got my base hung for my camera arm. And I got a little better cover over here. I'm sitting in a tree that's got 3 trunks that come out all around right here in this one spot. So I got really good cover. And I'm hunting right off of this creek bottom down here, where you can see where they've been crossing it. So they've been running this. Yesterday evening, that's where that doe came out at. But I'm going to give this spot a couple days, and I'm going to come back in here. Not tonight, but tomorrow evening. I didn't see any deer this morning, so I probably won't hunt this in the mornings much until the rut kicks in. As you can see all around me, I've got really good cover in this, because I got this big tree here that's giving me perfect cover. But I honestly think they're going to come out from right here. It looks like they're crossing it right there. Then they'll come out of this field and give me a 20-yard chip shot. That'd be perfect. But I had that big doe and that smaller one come out yesterday, and I was just straight across from me right there. You can see the tree that I was hunting in right there. So that's the one I was in yesterday evening, and I literally just came straight across because I had a lot of deer come out right over here. So I'll be back in here tomorrow evening, and we'll see tomorrow evening if we have as much movement as we did yesterday evening. I'd like to come out here tonight, but we've got some stuff going on, some family stuff going on, so I won't be able to make it out here. But I'm liking this spot over here a lot more than what I had going on over there. I set that stand up, it was dark. Me and Vance came in here and we set that up, but we had no idea completely what was going on around it because it was dark. But we did know that there was 6 doe in the field pretty much right there, but they all came from this side. So I got this set up, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow evening and hunt it again. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys haven't done it already, go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get notifications for every one of our videos. We're gonna keep them coming. I think we got a lot of good stuff coming this year. We got the boat, we're hunting the river, and I've got this new spot I'm trying out. So I'm trying to find somewhere I can kill some doe because I need to get the freezers filled up. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Buck Down Outdoors. Let's get it. I'm a tightwad, so I bought the Clover Valley jerky. $3. So we'll see. The jack links was $7. I just couldn't swing it. These deer will be coming back from the fields in the morning, going to the beds deeper in the swamp area.